Hello guys, welcome to another video on this channel. In this video we'll be talking about our team selection, lineup and transfer plans heading into the game week 7. Game week 6 was a pretty rough one for us, where we saw our captain, which unfortunately was Mo Salah, instead of going for the Erling Haaland, which we have earlier wanted to go with. We saw Haaland score a goal. Someone said Erling Haaland just broke his goal drought. It lasted for 45 minutes. For some reasons, that was really funny, and at the same time, it tells us the caliber of player Erling Haaland is, especially in the Premier League. Mo Salah came back blank for us in the game week, where he played further out wide in the game against Everton. We do have some concerns with Mo Salah now, as I've earlier stated in the video, that we have to worry about changing him probably because of his amount. It's not really nice playing a player worth 13 mil and he's not giving you quality. Next in the line is also Cancelo. Cancelo last season was second for expected goal involvement among defenders. This season we have seen that number drop to 35, and for some reasons Man City has failed to keep clean sheets in the last couple of games as they usually would, considering the opponents they are facing. Also, we did see that Martinelli was unfortunate to see his goal chopped off with a foul in the build-up to the goal, and that would have been a very big bonus point for us, especially considering the way the game week went. For game week 7, as each game week passes, we are seeing every need to consider wildcarding our team. However, for game week 7, we are looking set to start our team with just a couple of changes. I'm leaning towards an extra change this game week, considering I have Neto and Rodrigo in my team, but more on that shortly. For the team, Haaland starts again. I mean, there's no reason to even debate having Haaland leave the team or benching. If he starts from the bench, let that be, but for now, he stays in the team. Haaland did not score in the first half of the last game week, which someone considers as a goal drought, but we see he has been performing excellently, and let's see what more he has to do for us. Next in line is Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier was the change we made in the game week 5 heading up to the game week 6, and we did see that was among the few points we were able to get other than Erling Haaland in the game. Came out with 8 points, and considering the good number of fixtures him and his Newcastle team have heading into future game weeks, I think it's a solid buy, and we hope he does more. Mo Salah has been picking up wider areas in the pitch for Liverpool for some time now, which has been limiting his chances of having an aim at goal or something, and is every need to look at possible replacement for Mo Salah heading to the future game weeks, especially considering his price value and what he's actually giving us at returns. Cancelo again is another person of concern. Cancelo was number 2 for expected goal involvement among defenders. This season, that number has dropped to 35, and that causes a bit of a worry, also because of his price, and that's simply something we can get for defenders of lower prices. Could also say, for example, Kyle Walker in his team could easily make a swap for him, since there's really no attacking returns coming from the Manchester City defender. Next is Martinelli. As we stated earlier, Martinelli was unfortunate to see his goal chopped out in the game against Man U. Also, this next game week, he has an interesting fixture at home against Everton, which seems to be a very good one. Let's hope we can see some returns from the Arsenal man also. Reece James faces Fulham, which have been impressive so far this season. However, the caliber of player Reece James is, and being restored back to his original position as a right wing back, as we saw in the last game against West Ham, is a good chance for the Chelsea man to get some returns, goals or assists, and it's also a game where a clean sheet is actually possible. Now we have to look into our transfer plans heading into the game week 7, and it's an interesting one because There's every chance where two changes will have to be made. Rodrigo, for one, has been a pain in the neck considering his injury, and we subbed him off for Marcus Rashford, who, since we subbed him off for, has been playing very excellently with 2 goals and an assist in his game against Arsenal. It's almost making me regret making that change. Although at the time of making the change, we didn't know Rashford would be doing that, and his games prior to that were terrible, which is also another reason why looking at Salah, it is actually a bit of a dilemma. But for now, Rodrigo has to leave, and two possible replacements are Wilfred Zaha and Trossard. Wilfred Zaha for some time now has been on form, although he didn't score in Crystal Palace game against Newcastle. But we can see that Newcastle is actually not a bad team this season, and they've been playing good football since then. So with his game against Man U, who are just beginning to find their footing, there's every chance that Zaha could come in and get a goal or a couple of points. Trossard also has been a very integral part of Brighton's attack, which have been playing excellently well, scored 5 in their game against Nottingham Forest, and looks set to score more considering the kind of games they have heading into future game weeks. Pedro Neto, one which we have to say it was a mistake bringing him into the team, has been nothing but an absolute flop, I might add, and it's time to consider a change to the Wolves man. And he has to leave also this game week, considering his fixture against Liverpool, not a favourable one to pick the Wolves man. And two possible lining of replacements are Andreas and Gross. Andreas Pereira has been the best low budget price midfielder in this current season, and he's set to do more considering his team Fulham plays good football, and he being on corner duties is an added bonus. Pascal Gross is also another player who meets the eye with his excellent form so far this season. It's hard to look past him, and we'll be kicking ourselves for not even bringing him into the team sooner. However, it's one to consider who to bring in among these players, considering our pride also. Now, lastly, Mo Salah. Who are possible replacements for Mo Salah should we decide to change the Liverpool attacker? For one, I'm looking towards Kevin De Bruyne, who has been playing good football. A couple of assists he has had since he entered the Premier League, and the number of games he has played is really outstanding. Could create a chance out of nothing, as we know of him. But considering the price is a good premium, and considering his price, it doesn't seem like he suits that amount, because he just comes and shines in a couple of games and the others leaves it blank or just a few points. Luis Diaz is a fair replacement considering he's a Liverpool player, and Liverpool is a team who are known for playing good football, and that should return back to normal in a couple of games from now. So we don't know what's going to happen. So it might be necessary to leave a Liverpool attacker with a lower price in the team, as we don't know what could happen in the future. For now, this is all from us at FPLcrisp. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Goodbye for now.